break this down in super slow mode. I got the wall in front of me. I edit it into a door. Really quickly put a ramp right behind me, right in front of me. And as you guys can see, it covers the top part and it covers my bottom part. All I have to do is literally hold down the mouse button, which is the definition of turbo building. And as you guys can see, you're not actually able to do this double ramp unless you have that type of wall in front of you. When we go ahead and do the one by one, as you guys can see, I'm literally able to spin my mouse, my hand, as fast as possible, and it literally does not go to the other screen. I don't have to worry about slowing down or anything. I can go as fast as I want, dramatic as I want, yada yada, as you guys saw in the previous clip. And it doesn't, there's no bearing, there's no effect. I just gotta continue to be consistent. If you mess up, you're able to edit it and continue going forward as seen here. Obviously things that you're not able to do in CD, but we'll touch on that in a little bit with the clip that I break down after this. The biggest difference, honestly, is that you're not able to turbo build in CD as quick and as smooth as this, and you're not able to literally just, for lack of better words, break your wrist when you want to, overbuild, or when you want to just show off, whatever the case is. So those are huge when you're talking in a competitive aspect, and I just wanted to break it down into that, and we'll go ahead and take a look at the CD clip right after this. Now we got the CD version, and I'm going to show you, it's going to be a little bit sloppy, and the reason is to paint a picture on the differences between this and Fortnite. So as you saw in Fortnite, as we showed and displayed first, you saw how crisp it was, you saw how clean it was. This isn't to insult CD in any sense, shape, or form, it's just to merely paint the differences in both of these video games. Now, when we're talking building and we're talking in a competitive aspect, as seen right here, you guys see that I stop, literally just freeze, right? The reason is, as I mentioned and touched on in the previous clip with Fortnite, is that if you move your hand way too fast when you're building, your actual cursor of your mouse goes into the other monitor. And it's a common frustration amongst us players, it's always been, but that's just one of the hugest differences, okay? Another big difference is, in this, I'm actually just clicking, okay? I'm clicking as fast as possible and just maintaining that. Whereas in Fortnite, your actual turbo building is actually literally the best and more fast and, yes, useful method of building if you want to be able to keep up with the pros in that game. Now, it's so interesting because it's completely opposite. Whereas this, you have to be able to click fast, demonstrating that it's more than just holding down a button, right? Which is the plus side of building in CD. The next biggest thing also, as you guys can see right here, again, supposed to be a little sloppy, but the idea is to show you how easy it is just to build in place what you really want in CD at any time. If I want to turn around right here, boom. Easy, right? You don't have to overthink it. Boom. If I want to place a wall, if I want to place a ramp, whatever it is, it just comes and you can run right on top of it. And this is the biggest reason why I like building much more than Fortnite. Now, if this can get to be as crisp as Fortnite can, or if Fortnite is, and if this can get to be as absolutely amazing with the turbo building, I think we're going to be looking at a different beast. So those are my thoughts on the two building. We're going to break it down in further depth with something else. So this is just building in place in Fortnite. Literally, I just sit in one spot, and this is my exact radius with the building. And as you guys can see, it's absolutely fair. It makes sense. And I'm absolutely with Fortnite for once, and I agree with their limitations on the actual turbo building and how many builds go around you and the cutoff point, right? It's just, I think it's fair. When we go take a look at CD, it's literally double the amount of walls everywhere. I mean, it just goes everywhere. It's not even like, I don't think it's fair. I think it's insane. That's one of the parts of the CD that I wish was more like this, and I do believe it needs to be nerfed, guys, honestly. And this is the CD one, and as you guys can see, I'm literally in one spot. I mean, I've shown you guys many times in the past about this. It's just, I think when comparing the two games and building, I think it's absolutely absurd how CD allows this. I mean, look at this. This is crazy, bro. Look at this. It's like too high. I can go too wide, too long, any which way I could just spam and I'm gonna be covered and get away from a lot of things. Like, this needs to be nerfed, and I just, wow, like, doing this video just really brought some attention, because I'm looking at Fortnite, I'm like, bro, you can't do nearly any of this stuff. Look at this. Like, I'm 2 down already, bro. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, granted, it's a lot of wasted resources in reality, but just the comparing is absolutely night and day, guys. Insane. This is building straight up, literally just being resourceful, and depending on where your enemy's at, right? This would just be the most resourceful way of just building straight up and then building around you when you figure out where they are. This would be the exact same thing, but the CD way. You're not actually able to do this in Fortnite without some wall or something in front of you. But in CD, you can just start double ramping from where you literally start spawning or walking if you have the resources. So that's just one big thing to note. That's a cool advantage. So even though there are two different building ratios, you guys can still find the same mechanics in both of them. And I'm going to show you. So, conclusion is that both of these games are completely different, and a lot of people try to compare them, but at the end of the day, dude, they are two completely different games when it comes down to shooting and when it comes down to building, especially when it comes down to building. So, as you can see painted and completely illustrated in this video, certain parts are smoother in Fortnite, man, and there's some OP parts about the CD mechanics when it comes down to building that should probably be nerfed. But as you guys can see here with the fourth item, which would be the pyramid, that we do not have in CD. And obviously, as you can see with me spamming the pyramid and the editing, as just kind of to end the video here, we need editing. We need a fourth item like the pyramid. I know you guys are going to agree with me. I know there's some people out there that don't want it to be exactly like Fortnite. I don't want it to be like Fortnite either, but these are the things that will make the game more fun, more competitive, get more players, continue to have a player base down the road, and to continue to have a game. So in conclusion, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. This honestly took me a buttload of time, man. I had to jump in Fortnite, jump back in CD. I had to edit both of them. I had to throw some sounds and my voice on there. It's been exhausting, so I really hope you guys like it. Please smash that like button for me. Please sub. Let's get to 100,000 subs, man. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.